Hey, good morning friends, welcome back. But today we're going to be talking about breakfast and babies. So let the coffee brew in, let's set the stage, and literally, let's dive in. Good old Forgers. Never disappoints. Okay, so if you're new here, I am Apa Chabar from the Corsi fam. We are a family of 3 with a 2-year-old toddler, and this channel is about our life's journey. For example, last week we went to the Harbor Hopper Halifax. Pretty cool. And us giving you parenting advice and all the things about parenting that we learned along the way. So we can all learn together. So don't be a stranger, we're gonna be here next week. Right now it's Saturday morning, so Alyssa and Annabelle are at Annabelle's weekly Irish dance class. And that is perfect timing to record today's video, because today we are going to be talking about breakfast. I'm gonna show you 5 simple breakfasts that are easy to make, cheap, healthy, and they are also vegan, because I am vegan and I am not feeding anything not vegan to my daughter. Don't worry, Alyssa is not vegan and she is feeding plenty of meat and cheese to my daughter. Once Annabelle started eating solid food, all these breakfasts worked very well for her. It was easy for her to eat, and most importantly, she really liked all 5 of these. Ready for some food? Number 1, bananas and other various fruits. But make no mistake, bananas are the MVP here. Bananas are such a great food anyways, whether you eat it yourself or give it to your kid. It's filling, it's high in calories, it has a bunch of potassium, and it is delicious. In case you've never seen a banana, that is a banana. That's how a banana looks. You're welcome. Bananas might have been one of the first solid food that we gave Annabelle, and she absolutely loved them ever since. The texture of them is perfect for babies and toddlers. It's soft and mushy, your kid is most likely not gonna choke on it. She always plays with like pushing her finger into it. It's a good little texture game as well in that early stage. Especially with babies and toddlers, their stomach is very small. So oftentimes, even though I prepared other type of breakfast for Annabelle, she only ate a banana and she was full. She was good to go all morning. Not to mention that it's cheap and there is literally, like quite literally, 0 prep time. That little hard brown thing at the end of the banana, please cut that off the banana before you give it to your kid. You don't have to overthink this, folks. Bananas. And of course, we can talk about other fruits here as well. If you happen to have an apple tree in your front yard, you can just go out and pick a nice, delicious apple from that tree, cut it up and give that to your baby. There's something special about eating a delicious apple from your own apple tree. Bananas. Told you it was gonna be simple. Trust me, not all of them are gonna be this easy. Number 2, peanut butter toast and variations. Just a lightly toasted peanut butter toast was an absolute winner for us right from the beginning. When Annabelle was younger, we started her off with just like regular plain old white bread. But now that she's older, we don't even really buy white bread anymore. We either use some whole wheat or some ancient grainy bread. For peanut butter, we just use the regular green Kraft peanut butter. You also want to make sure that the peanut butter is not the crunchy kind. Alyssa's sister choked on a crunchy peanut butter when she was very young, and actually crunchy peanut butter was banned in her house afterwards. Peanut butter has a lot of good stuff in it. It's very nice and filling and a lot of good calories in that. And you also don't want to go crazy with the spread. You just want to have a thin layer of peanut butter there, really. And in terms of making it a little more interesting, if you have homemade pea jam, that's excellent when they are just babies. You just cut the edge off and you just cut it up into small pieces. That's easy for them to grab, easy for them to eat, and it's not even really that messy of a food. As a vegan, peanut butter toast is a big staple for me when I just need a little pick-me-up. And as a breakfast for toddlers, it's just simple, easy, it's not very messy. Peanut butter toast, man, simple. Sorry I didn't cut this one off because I'm gonna eat that now. Oh, that was delicious. Probably one of my favorite on this list, coming in number 3. Oatmeal. I am obsessed with oatmeal, and you know what? Annabelle likes it too. So what do you need for this? Quick oats. I usually buy the massive Dr. Oetker box at Costco. Some kind of plant-based milk. My favorite is the unsweetened vanilla flavored oat milk. I think there's just something special about making oatmeal with oat milk, but you can use almond milk, you can use soy milk, you can use whatever plant-based milk that you want. And water. Those are the 3 things that you absolutely need. Now, optional ingredients, cinnamon obviously. We are not sure yet whether Annabelle Annabelle is allergic to cinnamon or not. Right now it seems like every time you give her something with cinnamon in it, she gets some kind of reaction around her mouth, like her skin gets a little red. So for now, just to be safe, we're kind of avoiding giving cinnamon to her. So I usually make her oatmeal with no cinnamon. If the holidays are coming, maybe some nutmeg. Sometimes I put raisins in it. If you have an apple laying around, then cut up apple. Brown sugar for sweetness. Oftentimes I put shredded coconut in that too, just for a little extra texture and flavor, and maple syrup obviously. In order to make an oatmeal breakfast for myself and Annabelle, I usually start with 1 cup of oatmeal, and then I fill that up with 1 cup of oat milk, and then I fill the rest up with another cup of water, but it's never really an exact measurement. I just kind of put a big splash of oat milk in the beginning, and then just put the pot under the sink for a couple of seconds. Put it on the stove, you turn it on like medium heat, put all the spices, put everything in there. All you need is like 3 to 5 minutes on the stove. You just gotta make sure that you stay there and you mix it, because it is done very, very quickly. Super filling, very healthy, very, very good for you. So much stuff that you can mix in that to make it exciting. When we started teaching Annabelle how to use a spoon, oatmeal was this perfect food that I was able to make thick. So when she was playing with her spoon and testing her spoon, the oatmeal actually was thick enough that it just stuck to the spoon, and she was able to turn the spoon around and lick it from the spoon when it was upside down and whatnot. So I find that this is a perfect food to start teaching your kids using utensils. I'm a big believer in oatmeal. Maybe I'm not saying a lot of new things for you today, but hey, keep it simple. That's the name of the game. You have a kid to take care of, you have a kid to pay attention to. Keep it simple. The next one on the list is the only one that needs a little more thinking ahead, because you cannot really make it on the spot. Number 4, chia seed pudding. Shout out to my good friend Lisa for this recipe. I am absolutely in love with this chia seed pudding. It is unbelievably simple. This is what you need for a big batch. 1 cup of chia seeds, 3 cans of coconut milk, 3 tablespoons maple syrup, and a little dash of vanilla extract. Sometimes I put some cinnamon or nutmeg in this as well, just for a little extra kick. You take the coconut milk, you take the chia seeds, you mix everything together. You put the maple syrup in there for just a tiny bit of sweetness. All mix it all together and put it in the fridge. Let it sit there for 8 to 12 hours. I usually make this at night so that by the time I wake up the next morning, it's gonna be ready to go. Mind you, this is for a big portion. I usually make this batch when I do my food prep for the week. This pudding is absolutely phenomenal. It's just so delicious. Heisenberg. Maybe I'm fascinated with this because it's completely new to me. I never used to eat chia seeds. I always heard about it. I always knew that it's kind of like this trendy superfood. I just never had any idea how incredibly easy it is to make chia seed pudding. If I have a bag of frozen fruits, you put the frozen fruits in there, just a little bit of water, a little bit of sugar, and some cornstarch to make it a little more thick, and that creates this very nice little fruit sauce that is, again, very easy to make, completely optional. The chia seed pudding on its own is a little bland, and I find that with that fruity mix, or if you just put a little jam in that, and you know, just for crunchiness you put a little granola, that is kind of like the ultimate satisfying healthy breakfast. I really like that. I am not 100% sure how much Annabelle likes this. I was successful giving this to her in the past. This time around when I made this for the video, she did not want to do anything with this. You wanna try it? Are you sure? We're gonna finish up this list with something savory. Number 5, tofu scramble wrap. There you go, a tofu recipe for all my soy boys out there. Simple enough, you take a big block of firm tofu. You can use a tofu press to squeeze the moisture out, but why bother? I usually just squeeze it over the sink. The best part, you just scramble it in the pan. That's why it's called a tofu scramble. I usually put a little oil in the pan just to prevent the tofu from burning. Crank up the heat to the max, put in a bunch of spices. The most essential spices you need is turmeric and cumin. That's what's gonna give that the nice color and the nice little Eastern flavor to it. Dried up vegetable powder mix, garlic, salt, and pepper, and paprika. Because tofu has such a high moisture content, this actually takes a while. The steam just keeps coming up from the pan. There is just so much moisture that you just have to fry it and fry it and fry it. Halfway through, I put a little soy sauce in there for some color and to make it a little salty. So that's it. I keep frying it up until I feel like the sponginess is kind of out of it now, which usually takes about 10 to 15 minutes. And for Annabelle, I just keep it simple. What I do is just I have a wrap. I put that wrap in the microwave for like 20 seconds to warm it up a bit, and then put the tofu scramble on the wrap,
put some shredded cheese on top, and for Annabelle, that's it. I roll it up, put it back in the microwave, maybe like for another 20 seconds so the cheese would melt nice. I usually go a little more detailed on my stuff. I put mayo, some kind of pickles, tofu scrambled cheese, hot sauce, so the usual wrap ingredients I put in mine. This is a very good hearty, savory breakfast. That's a big winner and a big staple breakfast in this house.
Tofu wrap! And that's a wrap! Alyssa and Annabelle is back from the Irish dance class. Let's go over, see how hungry our daughter is. I mean, look how delicious this looks. Come here, let's eat. The bonus of this last meal is that this could be actually used as a lunch. Annabelle, you like my tripod? There's Annabelle. Annabelle, you wanna eat? No. No? Papa's gonna eat anyways. Somebody should be eating in a food video, I guess. I forgot the hot sauce. Okay, so Annabelle wasn't hungry at all, so I guess I could have finished this off in the kitchen with the proper lights and everything, but I'm sitting now, that's okay. These are the 5 staple breakfasts that we kind of started giving Annabelle from the moment that she was able to eat solid food. And I just found that these are all cheap, healthy, easy to make. It's not just for her, right? You can eat them too. Like every time when I make these breakfasts, I just make a portion for me, I make a portion for Annabelle, and we are all very happy. Let me know in the comments if you found this video helpful at all. What are the staple breakfasts that you eat? What are the staples that you give to your baby? Give this video a like if you found this in any way helpful. Subscribe, we're gonna be here next week. We're gonna be doing something. Alyssa, you must say something. You're always much better at the end.
Food is important. Everyone should eat it.
We're gonna leave you with that. Until next week, food is important. Everyone should eat it. Bye!